There's a lot of seafood in the entire country anyway, but for the most part, you're going to find things that are a little bit hardier. In Basilicata, which is right next to it, or in Campania, you start to see the spicy things. You know, those are all foods that they like that way. As you get further north, even up into Milan is a big French influence. There's a lot of creams and things like that. But the key to Italian cooking is simplicity, as you know. It's simplicity.
Yeah.
My mantra is 5 ingredients or less.
Really?
Yeah.
So the meals you make, give us an example. I'm literally holding our Facebook Live, so
I know.
Marybeth Conley WREJ.
Yeah, I want to. Today I want to be on.
So we make fresh
Jack leg.
pasta, we make gnocchi, we make a lot of different things. But the ideal recipe, the ideal dish, literally is 5 ingredients or less. If you can't taste every single ingredient, if you can't taste it, you've made that dish wrong.
Oh boy.
So it can't be overpowering. Sometimes you've had dishes where all you taste is garlic,
Yes.
or all you taste is, fried. Whatever. They made it wrong. I want to be able to taste. When I make pesto, I need to taste the basil. I need to taste the extra virgin olive oil. I need to taste that. I need to know what that is. And if I taste all of those ingredients in their form, in their amounts, in their, their all their characteristics and constituencies, that's it.
So do you do all the cooking at home?
Yes.
I hate your wife. I'm officially
My
jealous.
wife is a good cook.
I'm not supposed to be envious, but I'm envious.
25 years we've been married. She's cooked. She's done a really good job. But for the most part, it's honey, what's for dinner?
Right. Walking in the door. What's for dinner?
Now she's there right now.
In Italy, right?
In Italy right now. Did a little recount.
I really hate your wife.
Yes, she checks out a lot of different things.
Can you just FaceTime and let us see what this looks like? It's so
Yeah.
awesome.
There you go for our trip.
Right.
Our Women's Wisdom Wednesday trip. So I don't want people to think that's all you do, because here I'm actually, and honestly my arm's starting to cramp, so people on Facebook, be patient. Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, I know. I gotta go get the
We
tripod.
lost the tripod, I know.
I got one out in the car.
Oh, I love you.
I
We'll
did.
go to
We'll
break.
go to break.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they just see
We're
the
gonna
top
break
of
a
my
little bit.
forehead.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The one day I want to be on camera.
There you go. How's that? How's that? There you go. Okay. Because
Usually I'm like,
So-
not today.
how can people get your food here? Because you
Well,
are.
we have a manufacturing arm of our products, so I don't do catering, I do manufacturing. We produce really sort of a lot of items for grocery stores. We'll do Italian products like grab-and-go items, and we do pizzas and things like that. More sort of easier fare. We also, that's the manufacturing part of what we do. And then beside the trips to Italy, I also do home cooking and wine tasting parties at people's homes.
Oh, wow.
So-
I need you for a wine tasting.
Oh, we have a blast.
That would be
Let me tell you.
nice.
Wouldn't that be fun?
You know what?
Now, the
I know
risotto,
Mario's
will you do
not
that?
Oh, absolutely.
is not listening, but that would be great for his birthday.
Uh-oh.
Wouldn't it?
Did you just give it away?
He's not listening, honey. He has our 10-month-old son.
I wonder if he was listening and he had the baby, would the baby recognize your voice?
You know what? He watches me. Mario has been, and my mother-in-law put him on the television.
When you're on live.
When
at
I'm
night,
on live
right.
at 9, and he's like, looking back and forth,
Right.
Trying to
very
figure
cute.
out
Yes,
where you
like,
are.
where is she?
Yeah.
Like, I see the television, I hear her. It's more about he hears my voice
Yeah.
and looks around for me.
Yeah.
It is and so Mario recorded him doing it,
Aw.
and it was the cutest thing. I have the best husband.
Do you have kids, Franco?
Yes.
How many?
We have 8 between us. Actually.
Oh,
dear,
wow.
dear God.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, I'm not envious of your
See?
wife anymore.
Oh, no.
I'm still envious.
I mean,
Well, she had 4. I had 3 before.
It's like a
Freddie's
Brady
married.
And you
Bunch
have one
house.
together. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm
See,
envious.
I'm not the only one around. Well, I
Yeah.
guess we all sort of have
With
like.
blended.
With blended
blended.
family.
We are so blended.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
they
ain't
have,
blended.
they
I'm
have,
boring.
We get them
No,
all
but-
together though, and let me tell you, they're all cooking with me on the holidays.
But just
and-
listen,
oh, it's
just
a
think
blast.
I
about
bet.
that. He has a lot of babies,
Uh-huh.
a
Yeah.
lot of wine.
Are we
a
going
lot
back
of
to the
food.
Richard Gere thing?
Yeah, it's just sex appeal. All this food, wine, and children just everywhere.
You know,
we cooking and eating.
We are so
Cuddling.
we're so not appropriate.
Right.
We frequently get inappropriate on
We
Women's
should have
Wisdom.
brought,
Yeah.
brought the wine.
You know, I almost brought some. I was going to cook. I didn't know what space we had here. I asked Lisa before we went. I said, "Can I go? We whip something up here for you."
Well, we'll have you on live at 9 to do that.
We could come there and can we do like the Women Wisdom Wednesday like
In the kitchen?
in the kitchen?
Oh my God!
All
that
right,
would be incredible.
we got to go to break so that number one, Latrivia can get her tripod out of the car because my arm is seriously cramping. Go to the Marybeth Conley WREG page and you've got to listen. This is just such a great thing. So we're gonna taste test. Franco has brought some treats. We'll be right back. It's a Women's Wisdom Wednesday with a touch of testosterone in the building. Greg's still here, but we made him give up the mic. Not that we don't think you look like Richard Gere too, Greg. We do, but we have you every week. We'll be right back.
We'll be
There's
right
Greg.
back.
Wave, Greg. Wave to everybody. He's ignoring me.
He's like, oh no.
I just had to get this on. I'm sorry. I know it's so jack-legged to be holding the phone up on a Facebook Live, but I just had to have you here, Franco. He's so awesome. So, Franco, how can people get in touch with you?
You can go to francositaly.com.
francositaly.com. That's easy. Okay, I will post
I
that.
am enjoying it. Not that I don't enjoy every Women's Wednesday,
I knew you would.
but this was such a nice surprise. You surprised here.
Oh.
I had to go to the pediatrician. He
Oh.
got 3 shots today.
Oh. Where is he?
At home now. I drove.
Is Bruce with him or?
No, Tiara's with him.
Oh, okay.
She's like,
Poor
just her and
baby.
Xander.
Poor
Xander
baby.
said, I don't have to get a shot, do I? I was like, no.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I hope, because I just was telling them something. So they can, right?
Okay, tell me again, Franco.
Right back.
Franco's Italy.
I don't know what I'm getting here. I'm just trying to figure out how in the heck I have not heard about you before this. I mean, seriously.
So in the parties, you'll see there's different themes and so on in the parties, you know. We do,
Well, I mean, you know,
seafood,
before
we can
you
do
started telling
vegetarian,
me.
anything, so. But I don't
I
do
can't.
analogs, so.
So describe for our Facebook listeners, and we'll probably go over this again. So when you do a home cooking class here, like does the person who hosts it get to say we'd like to make pizza or we'd like to make
They
pasta?
can choose from different themes.
Okay.
we
So
have,
what are some of the themes?
Pizza. There's one that we do for Neapolitan pizza. We do a seafood one that's called the Capri. But we also do things like gluten-free, but not gluten-free like gluten-free pizza dough. I hate that stuff. I don't do analogs, right?
Oh, gross.
So
What do you mean you don't do analogs? I
So
don't know what that
anything
means.
that's not what it was supposed to be, right? So
Okay.
a gluten-free pizza crust is an analog. I don't want that.
Okay.
I will bring you recipes that are coincidentally gluten-free,
Gotcha.
coincidentally vegetarian,
Such as a
coincidentally vegan.
seafood dish that.
Exactly. Well, so we can do there's a million different things that we can do. You want gluten-free, then we're going to be making polenta.
But you don't believe in a
risotto.
vegan hamburger patty.
You know, I
For
don't.
instance.
Not for me. Not to do something that's one of our products or that how I cook. But look, there's some good stuff out there. I mean, Beyond
Yeah.
Burger and
Yeah.
it's okay. That's good stuff. I
Yeah,
have no problem.
you
with
just
that.
don't do it.
I just don't make it.
Yeah,
Right. So
that makes
if,
sense.
if it comes down to me teaching somebody how to cook, I couldn't teach them how to make a Beyond Burger, right? So.
Were you speaking of, if you guys out there are vegan, the Impossible Burger at Hop Dotty, have you all?
Is it good?
It tastes,
They're moving
it
one
is
down here
delicious.
by my office.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, am I going to keep having to hold this? Sorry, guys, y'all.
We can't prop it up with like a book or hey,
Here,
take
maybe
the
we can do
cloth.
this.
How about taking the
Poor Greg.
I didn't even realize.
You can lean it.
You don't have to whisper. Reagan said, why don't you take the clock and prop it?
I can-
Oh, I
go
thought
ahead
you said
and-
they could hear. So they couldn't hear?
They can hear you talking right
Okay.
now, but
Okay. Reagan just said, why don't you take the clock and prop it because I don't pay attention to
To the time. No, you pay attention.
trying to go back to the radio show, everybody. I'm going to plug in the audio from the radio.
Okay.
90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90. 90
But thanks to Greg for saving us from the Jackleg Facebook Live. Just an update, Latrivia Welch could not find her
I have
tripod.
failed.
Hey, at least you tried. I just started the Facebook Live and then realized we didn't have our tripod. We have got Franco, say it again.
Contaldo.
Oh, I put an R in it before. I apologize. Contaldo
There you go.
is a second-generation Italian with a very nice Italian name. And Reagan Oglesby, LadyFingersCateringCompany.com. I also didn't mention LatriviaWelch.com. I did not mention the website. And Greg Ratliff is behind the scenes today as we brought in a different form of testosterone in the form of Franco. So FrancosItaly.com.
Right.
So do you don't ever cater other than your home
No,
parties? It's
no.
essentially like
There's people who do catering way better than I do.
like Lady Fingers Catering Company. There you go.
Right.
Have you ever had a restaurant? Have you ever wanted
I've
to have
created
a,
and developed restaurants and had restaurants for the last 50 years.
but
40
you
years,
don't want
yeah.
to you don't want to do that?
No. For us, for what I do right now, there's an excitement, especially in this city, for our products. Right? It's a little different. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
Italian products that are made more in the traditional sense.
Right.
I'm not sure what Rotel chicken pasta is.
Oh, I know what that is.
Right.
It's
But
not
I don't know how to
Italian.
make it. So
Not
we don't make it.
Italian.
Right.
Do they really in Italy call the sauce gravy? Is that a
No, that's a Chicago or New York thing.
so that's the Americans saying that
American.
this is really Italian and that was American. We Americans, we
Yeah.
we think.
And there is no such thing as spaghetti and meatballs either. So
Wow.
Really?
yeah, sure. Now, meatball is an entree. It's this big, so you
One
don't get
meatball.
spaghetti. Yeah, you don't get spaghetti and meatballs.
Well, now wait a minute. When I was in Rome, we let a couple of guys pick us up and take us to dinner.
Okay.
I will. That doesn't sound like me, does it?
No,
Reagan?
it doesn't.
It was in my wild day. That was about as wild as I ever got.
That's
okay?
6 month
Yeah.
tour of being wild.
Yeah, it wasn't even 6 months actually, but I couldn't last that long. But so they took us to. I swear there were like 8 courses. I've never seen so much food. So we had an antipasta course.
Right.
We did have pasta, and then we had meat, and we had all that stuff. But
Yeah.
you mean they're not served together?
They're not served together.
Ever
Yeah,
really.
No. I mean, you might find it in some tourist area that has it, but for the most part, in true Italian restaurants, ristorantes, no, they
Okay.
don't do it.
So
And each course is different, and the salad is at the end of the meal.
yes,
So,
I thought that was
yeah,
weird.
Yeah, the digestivo it helps you digest your food,
Huh.
so that's why it's done that way.
Okay.
I like the mussels. Is that really a part of the Italian
Oh,
meal?
sure.
I like
That
Yeah.
is my
I
favorite.
love it. I
Così,
mean,
yeah.
I buy them by the box.
Yeah.
I know that's not
Really?
the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cook them all the time.
Yeah, because
I love
How
them.
do you
Little
cook 'em?
wine.
What do you do?
I cut the shallots. I don't know. I'm not like.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I
You're
like
not like a
cut
real
the
cook.
shallots. Yeah, I use real butter. Put wine in there. Let it, cook for a minute, steam, whatever, and then I take it out. Serve it to the kids. We eat it.
And how many ingredients?
One shallots, one
Wait a minute. 2 different kinds of
and
wine?
butter. No, I use the cooking wine, a little bit of cooking wine, the red cooking wine. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but then I just put whatever wine I'm drinking.
So you probably put some herbs or parsley or something else.
I always put
Yeah, just a
parsley in.
little, but if you
garlic.
buy it
But
in the
see,
box,
you
it
just did it
comes.
the right way. 5
Under
ingredients.
5 ingredients.
Right.
But how do you do the mussel? I'm sorry, I've never cooked mussels.
You've never cooked mussels?
No, I'm not sure
They
I've
are
ever had
delicious.
mussels.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I
mussels.
think
are
so.
fantastic, yeah.
I don't
You
know
would
why I
remember.
haven't. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I've seen
So
them.
mussels, doing it from a live creature is a process. You have to really clean them and soak them, and some people use cornmeal and to get rid of it so that they
Cornmeal. What are they
well,
trying to get rid of?
because what happens is the mussels will eat the cornmeal and then they expel it, and it gets rid of the sand, it gets rid of the things that are all in there.
How long a process is that?
It's a process. So the truth
Well,
of the
I'm
matter
sorry.
is,
Hold on. How do you get the cornmeal in? How do you get the
you
mussels
put
to
it
eat
in
the
the water.
cornmeal?
You put the mussels in water, and you put cornmeal in with the water.
But the shell is closed.
It'll open. They open up.
Really?
They got to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that's kind of cool.
So they filter it, right? They filter out,
Yeah.
so you're trying to get rid of the impurities, the things that are in the
Yeah.
mussels. And
So you
fine.
do this cornmeal thing like for a day?
It takes a while. It takes about 4 hours. To
Slow
do it.
digestive
Yeah.
process.
The truth of the
Yeah.
matter is there's so many great products out there right now. You can get a frozen mussel. That's
That's what-
spectacular.
But you're
That's
going to
what
have
I
to,
do.
if you get
Right.
some frozen mussels, you're going to have to add some stuff to them.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to have
Because
to
they-
get you
yeah.
some
So
garlic.
where
and-
in Memphis can we get good mussels that have already been cleaned out?
At my house.
It's in my house.
Yes, I'm coming.
Hi.
At francositaly.com.
I'll make a spaghetti and clams that'll make you weep.
See?
I'm weeping now.
Seriously, with some wine. Because I have to
You
do
got
everything
to.
with wine. I drink wine in the morning, and I'm not ashamed of
Do
that.
you really? And you are a breastfeeding mother.
No, I've never.
Oh, you don't breastfeed?
Oh, have you seen my son's teeth? It's like suicide.
He's
He almost had the
8
doctor in a
months.
headlock a year now.
When did he? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought he was younger than
No,
that.
he had his birthday
Okay.
day before yesterday.
I'm so sorry.
That's
Well,
okay.
congratulations.
Liam. I did get
Liam.
his name right. Okay, so he, when did you stop breastfeeding? Didn't you
I
breastfeed
never
early?
let
Oh,
them
that was
touch
me.
me.
I breastfed.
Like Trivia.
They lived in me for long enough. Get out and do your thing.
Of course, I should have known because Latrivia is the one who.
Yeah, she doesn't let the baby sleep.
Yeah, she don't let the baby sleep. She
not good.
wet washcloth.
Yeah,
so
she
that they
kind of
don't
does
nap.
like a baby
Like-
waterboarding type
But they
situation.
sleep all night. They sleep all night. They sleep all night. They eat well, and you know they're like he's a little chunky thing, and the doctor says completely
She
healthy.
is the most loving mother who's like
She
a drill
is.
sergeant with her newborn.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they understand this. We were at the doctor's office the other day, and I snapped, and like all the kids like sat up straight because they were doing their thing, and the doctor's like, "Did I do?" I was like, "Oh, that's not meant for you." Sorry, Dr. Black, that's not for you. That's for them. They
Yeah,
know.
but
that.
I went
Yeah.
like this when you snapped.
Yeah.
You got the magic snap.
So what's the number one, if you could change anything about the way Americans cook? And you are American. We don't want to make him sound like he just came over on
Right.
a boat. You know, to be clear. But in your opinion, what's the one thing that we
Clearly
do?
overcooked pasta. It just makes
Really?
me crazy.
Ooh, it does. I'm like, honey,
Yeah.
How do you
Don't
know when
you-
it's not overdone?
You know, it's al dente, and people use, you know, get al dente. The pasta that people cook today are in. I don't even know how you can eat it. It's just it's spectacularly terrible. If you don't get a bite, the texture off of that thing, you have done it wrong. I've been in restaurants in Italy, and this will tell you how al dente they like it. Right? It's crunchy.
Really?
I mean, this guy. I was in Tuscany. There was a new restaurant that opened up, and so I went into the place because they said it was a Neapolitan restaurant. Well, a Neapolitan restaurant in Tuscany. I mean, it's
Is
like
that unusual?
Yeah, it's like having Memphis barbecue on Mars. You're not. You know, it doesn't happen.
Okay.
So I went in there, and the Neapolitans love their pasta super al dente. Well, so do I. I mean, I'll pull it out of the pot while it's going.
Really?
I
Now-
love it like that.
Wow.
really?
It was
I
fantastic.
like it al dente, but
Yeah.
they overcook pasta.
Yeah, it's just horrible. It's just unbelievable.
But I don't
We'll
want
have
it
to learn.
crunchy.
No, I mean you don't. I'm exaggerating, but I will eat it. Though.
You want
Yeah.
it to bite back.
It has to
little
have a bite. It has to. If you bite into that pasta and you look in the inside and you see a little white line
bit. Is that good?
inside the rigatone or inside the penne or inside the ziti, yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So
Because
then-
it's got.
I'm
got
sure
the
I
right
overcooked
texture.
the heck out of it
Yeah.
then.
Truthfully, 9 minutes. That's it.
Look at Reagan.
Don't
See,
fight
9
it.
minutes.
I
okay.
mean, my heart
I
is
love
singing.
pasta, but
Yeah.
Because
I
we're
didn't
talking
know.
about my passion, my love of eating and cooking, and I mean, I know you hate this.
I do
You
hate
love
cooking.
him,
I
but
love
you
him
hate
'cause
yes,
he
but
cooks.
yes,
yeah.
Cooking
Yeah.
is
It's-
yeah, to me it's and it's probably from years of I'm not number one, I'm very impatient. So to me, having 4 kids, you cook, if you spend a long time cooking, then 20 minutes later it's done and you got a lot of dishes.
Right.
Not a good experience.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna spend a lot of time, I want some appreciation.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
you
I
have
don't
to,
serve
but you
enough
know
wine.
what? No,
Right.
I appreciate. My family can be ungrateful, but the appreciation is not about them. I
about
appreciate
serving.
that.
Right.
Yes, I enjoy serving people, but I also enjoy serving myself and the process and how it tastes really, really great.
Well, I will say one of those children is a chef. So somehow maybe it was just self-preservation.
yeah,
and
he's
he
like,
learned
I'm
to
gonna
Couldn't
die
eat,
here.
you know, there's a lot of truth in that. People
Yeah.
learn to cook because you couldn't eat. You know, I was like, oh my
But I
God.
can understand people being impatient or seeing it as a chore. I know a lot of people that I have cooked for and I have begged to cook, and they see it as a chore. This is not washing
Oh, yeah.
dishes. This isn't mopping a kitchen. This
Right.
isn't doing laundry. This is a self-expression. It's
Amen.
self-care.
That's exactly right.
Caring
Self-care?
for feeding yourself a good quality meal versus pulling up at a drive-through.
Yeah.
after a hard day, you don't want anything out of a bag.
So a bowl of cereal doesn't work for you?
A bowl of cereal at midnight.
Yeah, there's.
If I work, yeah, but
Still like her
not yeah.
style.
Okay, if you had to, let's say it's your last meal, y'all are about to be executed.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
Okay.
Greg, I want you to think about this too, okay? Can you reach a mic?
No, not really. But
Okay, you can tell me and I'll spread it. This will be like translation. What would it be? Last meal. What trivia?
Can I have anything I want?
Anything you want.
Okay, I want oysters.
Well, no, wait. You can't. You don't have like 85 things.
Okay, well,
Oh.
let me stop then.
That's how I eat.
We only have an hour show.
Okay. Okay. Well, then oysters on one
Oysters.
side,
Okay.
and then chocolate strawberries. And I mean, I'm gonna die anyway, so who cares about the calories? And let's see what else. Smoked salmon. No, just the salmon with like the capers and
Ooh, cream cheese. Little
yeah,
onion.
the cream cheese and what else? Some risotto. I love risotto. You don't. I mean,
Okay,
really.
that's a full plate. You
Yeah,
have to
and then
stop.
and just a little bit of chicken, just a little chicken.
chicken. Cow.
I love baked
Cooked cow.
chicken.
Baked chicken.
Yeah, like baked chicken.
You
chicken.
you're going to be executed and you go for baked chicken?
Yeah,
Honey, I'll
Takes a
kill you
while, though.
faster.
yeah. What if I can talk the meat out of it?
Right.
Okay, what would it
Spaghetti
be?
and clams. I'm
Okay, well,
yeah,
you're
it comes
easy.
there. I'm purist.
There you go.
Okay.
Little lemon, you're good to go.
See?
No more than 5
But now I
ingredients?
also take fried calamari the right way.
Oh, I love
And I
What do you
tell-
mean the right
calamari.
way?
Well, fried calamari, for the most part, in this country is like rubber band.
And I
It
just, and I
is.
don't like it, so I would love to have authentic,
I'll tell you.
because I hate it here.
It's
People
the
order, and I'm
easiest
like,
thing in the world to
so
make,
you
yeah.
fried some
My
benches?
son loves it.
So what's the right way?
You dredge it in flour. You drop it into the hot oil.
Okay.
It has to be at least 350, 360. Drop it in a hot oil, and you count to 30.
Count to 30.
And
Oh,
break.
See, I could do this. Maybe you could
That's
teach
it.
me how to cook.
That's all there is
Maybe
to it.
it's
A little squeeze of
overcomplicated.
lemon. You hit it with some aioli or
So
something.
what are we
Yeah.
doing to make it rubbery here?
You're overcooking it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that whole American thing.
Yeah.
Come on now, America. We're supposed to be quick and. quick
No,
on the
we do
trigger.
too
I
much.
was in a restaurant locally here. I won't say which one, and I ordered the calamari, and I said, "Now I'm going to tell you straight up, brother, if this thing is rubbery, I'm going to have to send it back." Oh no, we got a great calamari. Brings out the calamari. I took the rings and tentacles, right? Brings out the thing. I ate the rings. I took this is true story. I took the ring and I went, and I let it go, and it flew into the bar.
Oh my God! And
Wow.
you don't
see,
have to
brother,
say.
this is rubbery.
I take it they took it off
They,
your bill.
they took it back and
So-
they actually made it right. It was good.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
well, good. So they
Good.
did know how to
Yeah.
make
Because
it.
he probably told them how to do it. He's like 36, count to 30.
Franco goes in the kitchen and says, "Let me
Yes.
show you."
I've done that in Italy many times, but not to teach them,
No.
to learn.
Okay.
So, for instance, gnocchi is a great example. Gnocchi, in this
It's
country,
potato,
I'm
right?
disaster
heavy.
with
You
that.
know, oh my God, you're through eating. You want to just die. It's so heavy. Gnocchi, when you make it properly, it's supposed to float off the plate.
Really?
You're supposed to hold it down. That's how
Okay,
light it is.
I need to learn how to make
Yeah.
that.
Look how
I
excited
need
he is.
because I'm disastrous.
Oh, so
and you gonna
I
need a
learned how to do it
nap
from them.
after that.
Is this the one that's GNOCC?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it a potato?
Potato, yeah. Now there's different types. There's a semolina gnocchi. There's a ricotta gnocchi. The purest is potato and flour.
Okay.
Right.
Light enough to
And,
float.
matter of
off
fact,
the
I have a
plate.
YouTube channel. I
Mine
teach
is-
people how to make gnocchi.
Gonna send you
So-
straight to
so
the
go
bottom
on
of
to
the
that
pool.
one, you know.
So do we do Franco's Italy on YouTube? Too?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And you'll see how to make gnocchi the right way. But I am serious about it.
Oh, wow.
You have to put that in your mouth, and it has to pop like a tapioca bead.
Ooh.
It just has to melt.
Ooh.
That's proper gnocchi. Otherwise, don't eat it. What's the
Okay,
matter
that's-
with you?
that's your-
Okay, I
that's
want-
your party. That's
You
your
see,
party,
I'm
'cause
like-
he
We
would
have
teach
to
you.
go.
Yeah, Reagan.
I wanted
will,
to
go, 'cause-
Mario, I think you're in trouble, man.
Right.
Of course, Franco does have a wife and 8 children, so maybe
We're just
you're
gonna
not-
move in.
Okay, we're gonna. Yeah, we don't want to marry.
We're gonna
him,
move
we
to
just wanna
Utah.
live
We're
with
gonna
him.
move in.
We're gonna move to
So-
Utah parts of the year.
What's your last meal as you're being executed?
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I gotta tell you, I have got to have lobster.
And keep in mind, we have to go to break.
Yes, I have to have lobster. I have to have a ribeye, medium.
Good idea.
I have to have pasta with clam sauce. I have to have mussels.
Now, pasta is kind of like La Trivia's chicken. You can have pasta any day of the week.
But I'm gonna die.
Oh, but not if it's made
no,
right.
That's the last
I have to
one.
have.
Okay.
Give me some garlic butter and some parsley.
Okay. And,
And
that's
yes,
all you need.
and I can take one slice of pizza with cheese and. This is my death.
My dad.
And basil, yes, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Let me die my way.
And a fresh lime margarita.
There you go.
Yeah. Lord, they're gonna have a
Now the
crane
next
to
question
carry
should be
you.
what wine do you want? What would be your last
Honing.
glass
I would
of
like
wine?
honing.
Oh, wow, she
A
knew
Sauvignon
that
Blanc,
one
right.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay, Greg, what do you want?
There's pizza from a pizza place back home.
Pizza, deep
No, you
dish,
guys know it's a thin crust pizza.
thin crust
In
pizza from
Chicago?
Chicago.
It's greasy.
Greasy.
As all get out. Like,
Greasy as all get
I'm
out.
talking, you put paper towels down on it, and it literally will like soak up not even half the grease
Honey.
on top of it.
Wow, that sounds,
It is the
boy,
best.
What town is
you're
this in?
selling it,
Ottawa,
Chicago.
Illinois.
Oh, in Ottawa?
Yeah.
You're selling
I'm
it,
from
man.
Chicago.
Oh wow.
Do you like deep dish pizza?
No,
I don't like deep
either.
dish.
no.
And I,
It's a casserole. It's not a pizza.
I agree, and I don't understand the Chicago thing about. deep
Well, I
dish.
tell you,
I don't get it.
this is factual story about Chicago pizza. Locals do not eat deep dish. That is not what we eat.
Really?
We grew
Wow.
up in neighborhoods in the city, and it's thin crust, just like in New York style.
Well, let
it's
me-
cut in squares, not cut.
So did the
like that.
tourist department get onto the?
No,
deep dish thing?
there was an immigrant, I think a German immigrant, who made the first deep dish pizza.
So-
Right?
He tasted it and he's like,
Yeah.
that's
German.
Who
just
knows?
that's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
You do know what I don't like? I cannot.
When it takes two people to lift it out of the oven, you got it's something wrong with it.
but that's part of the American dream, though. Too much of everything.
Yes.
I mean, because we've turned spaghetti and meatballs into. I tell my mother, this is the entree. My mom, you're gonna have fried chicken or catfish with spaghetti.
Yes, wrong.
That is,
that's so-
or chicken or something. I'm like,
Make
this
it a
is an
side dish.
entree.
Yeah.
Don't make it a side dish.
Right.
I mean, in the black community, it's a side dish. And we'll have macaroni and cheese and spaghetti.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and
that's
potatoes.
yes. I'm like,
And
too
like
many.
the baked beans, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, give me another plate. You don't need it.
Right, we're just
America.
greedy. But you know what I do not like? I do not like New York pizza. It tastes like a burnt grilled cheese sandwich with watered down
I've never
tomato
had
soup.
New York pizza. Okay, we got to go to break. I can hear George from he's out driving, our general manager, going, please go to break. Please go to break. Please pay the bills. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back with more of the Marybeth Conley Show on KWAM The Voice. Now, here's your Mid-South weather forecast from the News Channel 3 Severe Weather Center and Todd Demers, right here on KWAM The Voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
A heat advisory will be in effect for much of the Mid-South through the afternoon. High temperatures in the lower 90s, heat index values near 105. Just a slight chance of an afternoon shower to cool you down. We're back into the low and mid-90s over the next several days. Come out to Miramichi, a world-class public access golfing experience for a special July rate of only $59 after 12 p.m. on Friday and Saturday and all day on Sunday. I'm News Channel 3's Todd Demers. On The Voice, FM 107.9 and AM 990.
Professional politicians and special interests falsely attack their opponents so they can try to hang on to power. Hello, I'm Mike Huckabee, and Randy Boyd's opponents know what I know. He's 100% pro-gun.
Conservative businessman Randy Boyd is a lifetime member of the NRA, and the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Foundation thanks him for being a strong supporter of their hunting and outdoor programs. Randy Boyd's business, Sport Dog, even provides hunting supplies to hunters and their dogs. Listen to longtime Tennessee gun store operator Fred Boyd.
It's a privilege to sell the guns that keeps families safe. My cousin, Randy Boyd, is going to be the best governor the state has ever had defending the Second Amendment. And Randy, Tennessee has a chance for a true pro-Second Amendment governor. Let's not miss the mark on this one.
Conservative businessman Randy Boyd for governor. Paid for by Randy Boyd for governor. Scott Neiswanger, treasurer.
The Dave Ramsey Show, weekdays from 9 to noon on The Voice.
It's an interesting thing. We hire professionals all through our lives. Why is it when it comes to investing, we think we don't need a professional? I know a lot about investing. I easily could do my own investing, and I don't. I use one of our SmartVestor Pros. Why would I do that? Because the guy that I work with has been in the business for 30 years. He studies mutual funds all day long, every day. I don't.
FM 107.9 and AM 990. The Marybeth Conley Show on KWAM, FM 107.9 and AM 990. KWAM, now on FM 107.9 and AM 990.
All right, so it is time for Make Dinner Great Again, and you think I've prepared any trivia? No, I have not. But Make Dinner Great Again is how we always end the show, Franco, so that you can make dinner great again by saying, guess what I learned today? So it's always random trivia, okay? So that explains the hail to the chief. Okay. Yeah, am I poking fun? A little bit. So we have Greg Ratliff working the board as always. La Trivia Welch, a website by the same name. What book are we on? 28?
We're still stuck on 28.
Well, you
Because they're
did just
two
have a
parts.
baby. So,
They're
yeah.
two parts.
But are you on the second part yet? Mm-hmm. And this involves Russia. Boy, can we say pulled from the headlines? But that's
Exactly.
another story.
I was writing about the Ukraine before they started talking about it.
Before the Ukraine was a
Right.
thing, right?
Well, yeah, well, seriously.
There you go. We're eating cannolis from Franco's Italian Kitchen. And now, is that the name of your manufacturing?
No, that's actually one of our brands.
So this is one of your.
yeah,
How many brands do you have?
Well, we have a few different ones depending on what we're trying to sell. So I'll do specialty sandwiches for some of the stores that wouldn't fall necessarily within the.
It's a Tuscan
Italian.
roast turkey
Yep,
with a New York brioche.
Well, that's a ciabatta.
A ciabatta. This is ciabatta.
No, I was just
Yeah, that's
asking him
ciabatta.
about making me some because I know what goes into brioche bread. So
Oh.
I
Yeah,
was
it's-
hoping he's like too much work. I was like, okay, we're on the same page.
And that's Reagan Oglesby, who is a chef.
Yeah, my rule is real
Catering
simple.
company.
If I can't make it better, I'll bring it in.
So so these cannolis are cannolis you made, and you
Right.
you said, I want you to try a real cannoli. What do you mean by that?
So the shell, again, can't make it better, so I bring it in. I bring those in from New York as well. That's a traditional
It was so good.
cannoli shell, cannolo.
You know what I
Kimmy.
notice about it? It's crispy, but it doesn't break your teeth.
Exactly. And that's how it's supposed to be, and it has a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of red wine.
Yes.
That's how it's supposed to be made.
Wait a
The
minute, you
filling,
He said red wine.
oh yeah,
wow.
there's red wine in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was supposed to go in that.
The filling, we make it, and that's made with an impastata, which is a different type of ricotta cheese. So you have ricotta, you have mascarpone, not mascarpone,
See?
mascarpone.
Miss Capone.
So, those ingredients are the things that give it its body, its texture. If you make it with ricotta cheese, regular ricotta, no good.
It's gonna be too runny.
It's
isn't
gonna
it?
be, it'd be terrible.
So it's
And
a
so
mix.
what happens in most cities, here or otherwise, they make it ahead of time. It sits on the shelf. By the time you get it, it's soggy. You're biting into this
Yeah.
dreadful thing. That's why you can't sell cannolis except to make them and sell them. Make
So
them and
you
sell
don't
them.
actually sell cannolis.
I don't. Those are my gift to you. I
That
love
was
you,
nice.
ladies. You're
Thank
wonderful.
you.
This is
Wonderful.
I always
so
say that
good.
questo è perfetto. Grazie.
Grazie, grazie.
Wow, check you out.
I know.
Can you say Richard? We don't care if you look like Richard Gere because you cook really good in
I-
Italian.
Tu è bello. Tu.
Bello, see? She
What does that mean?
I have no
Did she
idea.
just get us in
that-
trouble?
Tu
The
bello.
FCC
really?
is gonna.
Tu
Is it the
bello.
FCC?
Did you just say you were pretty?
I see he's handsome.
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 Bello.
Oh.
He
right.
does look like Richard Gere. Check out
He does.
Meredith
He
on the
does.
WREG.
He does.
Does your wife look like Julia Roberts?
She better.
Oh, see, he's a smart man.
Smart.
Smart.
He can cook. He's smart.
Exactly.
Okay, Franco's Italy, right?
Yes.
.com.
Yes.
.com.
Awesome.
I'll put it on
Go there. You can have a party at your house, like a cooking party. You can go on one of the cooking trips to Italy. I'm telling you, would that not be a great vacation?
Awesome.
We're going to get to work on that here on Women's Wisdom Wednesday. Man, I tell you what, I need to get here. You talk for a minute. Ask a cooking question. I'm going to find one piece of trivia.
I just want to know about you manufacturing. Was it hard for you to become manufacturing of your own product?
Well, sure. Well, not hard. I mean, you just have to follow the rules. We fall under Department of Agriculture and the FDA. They have their sets of rules. Their sets of rules with the USDA. Different things that you do. Our products that we do fall under those two. Usually, like if a restaurant is trying to sell its products, that falls under the health department. Somewhere along the line, you're going to get somebody who's going to be watching it. For us, because we don't compete with our stores, the stores that we sell products to, you go in there and go, here, sell my, guacamole, but I have 3 restaurants here. All you're doing is sort of promoting that restaurant in somebody's grocery store.
Right.
So it's been our policy not to do it. I just want to supply good food, make everybody happy, nice price. That's it.
Okay, I got a piece of trivia for you. Who wants to guess what invention that we here in Memphis use a lot in July is an Italian invention.
Air conditioning.
Oh, that's a great guess. Incorrect. Franco? See, I couldn't ask an easy one about Italy because he would know it.
In July.
We use it a lot in July.
Fireworks?
Barbecue grill. Incorrect. Fireworks. Incorrect. Thermometer is an Italian
Really?
invention.
Oh, wow.
There
Okay.
you go. Now
Wow.
your dinner will not be boring because you'll be able to say, guess what I learned today. Thanks so much. FrancosItaly.com. Go there. Go to Ladyfingers Catering Company.
CBS News at the top of every hour, serving Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas.